Welcome to the Saint's Path. Today, we explore the inspiring life of Saint Giles Mary of Saint Joseph, a humble Carmelite friar whose deep faith and devotion left a lasting impact on the Church. Born in a small town in Spain, Giles's journey was one of humility, prayer, and extraordinary love for God. Join me as we walk through his remarkable life, from his early years to his holy death. Saint Giles Mary of Saint Joseph was born as José González on February 24, 1725, in the small village of Llerena, located in the Extremadura region of Spain. He was born into a poor but devout Christian family who raised him with a strong sense of faith and humility. From an early age, José showed signs of a gentle and contemplative nature. Unlike many children who preferred play, José was often found in quiet prayer or helping his family with small chores. His parents noticed his inclination toward a religious life and supported his spiritual growth. Despite limited education opportunities in his village, José was eager to learn. With the help of local priests, he began to study the Bible and church teachings. His heart was set on serving God, and he dreamed of joining a religious order. As a young man, José González felt a deep calling to join the Descalced Carmelites, a strict and contemplative religious order known for their life of prayer and austerity. The Carmelites are devoted to a life of solitude, penance, and deep union with God. At the age of 18, José entered the Carmelite novitiate. It was here that he took the name Giles Mary of Saint Joseph, symbolizing his dedication to the Virgin Mary and Saint Joseph, two of the holiest figures in Christian tradition. Life in the Carmelite convent was not easy. Giles embraced the rigorous daily routine of prayer, fasting, manual labor, and study. He grew in humility and patience, often hidden away from the world, seeking union with God in silence. His superiors soon noticed Giles's exceptional devotion and his capacity for profound mystical experiences. He was known for his charity towards the poor and sick who came to the monastery, and for his obedience and gentleness toward his fellow friars. Saint Giles Mary of Saint Joseph is remembered especially for his deep mystical spirituality. Like many Carmelites, he experienced moments of divine intimacy and contemplation that transformed his life. He spent hours in prayer before the Blessed Sacrament, practicing mental prayer, a form of meditation that invites the soul to rest in God's presence. Giles taught that this silent conversation with God was the key to true holiness. He also had visions and mystical experiences, though he remained humble and rarely spoke of them. Instead, he preferred a focus on acts of love and service as the fruits of his contemplation. One of his most famous sayings was, "God is more pleased with humble love than with great works." This insight guided his daily actions and inspired those around him. Although he lived a cloistered life, Giles was deeply involved in acts of charity. He cared for the sick friars in the monastery, often nursing them personally. He also helped the poor in the nearby town of Llerena. Stories tell of Giles secretly giving food and clothing to those in need, never seeking recognition. His humility was profound. When praised by others, Giles would deflect all credit to God and the Virgin Mary. He believed that true sanctity was found not in honor or status, but in selfless love and surrender. Like many saints, Giles Mary of Saint Joseph faced challenges and spiritual trials. The rigorous Carmelite life tested his physical health, and at times he struggled with doubts and dryness in prayer. Despite these trials, he persevered through faith and obedience. His example encouraged his fellow friars to remain faithful during difficult times. He also experienced misunderstandings and skepticism from some who did not understand his mystical life. Yet Giles accepted these with patience and humility, offering all suffering to God. Saint Giles Mary of Saint Joseph lived in the Carmelite monastery for most of his life. In his final years, his health declined, but his spirit grew ever more peaceful and joyful. He continued his daily prayers and acts of charity until his death on February 7, 1777. At the moment of his passing, many reported a serene light surrounding his cell, a sign of his holiness. His body was buried with honor in the Carmelite convent, where many came to pray for his intercession. After his death, devotion to St. Giles Mary of St. Joseph grew steadily. Many attributed miracles and answered prayers to his intercession. The Church officially recognized his sanctity when he was beatified and later canonized, making him a model of Carmelite spirituality and humble holiness. Today, St. Giles Mary of St. Joseph is remembered as a patron of contemplatives, the sick, and those seeking to grow in humility and prayer. The life of St. Giles Mary of St. Joseph reminds us that holiness is found not in fame or power but in quiet love, humility, and devotion to God. His example challenges us to cultivate a deep prayer life, to serve others selflessly, and to trust in God's grace, even in trials. Thank you for joining me on the Saint's Path. If you were inspired by St. Giles' story, please like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into the lives of the saints. May St. Giles Mary of St. Joseph pray for us all.